All right, good morning everyone and welcome to the Canton Zug. I'm standing at the rooftop of my apartment building. Just wanted to show you how cool the weather is. So snow is falling all around you, as in the song. So I just want to wish you Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays for everyone. We've been waiting for this for so long. So we all love Christmas, we love New Year. So this is really truly magical times. And I would like to invite you to travel with me to Zurich. Today I'm going for a short trip just to see around and also explore the local Christmas markets. So join me as usual, it should be fun. So yeah, really cute, right? So Merry Christmas everyone and welcome to Zürich Hauptbahnhof. This is the first of the many Christmas markets around Zurich. Just wanted to show you around. I mean, there's nothing super duper special, right? But still it's pretty cool to see the the Christmas tree and everything. Actually, if you see at the top there's a massive chocolate from Lind. So it's a really nice touch. That's what they did. And I believe here you can take a photo, right, and make this moment really magical. So yeah, let's have a look what this Christmas market has to offer, and carry on. There are plenty of more. That was the first Christmas market. Let's carry on. And behind me you see the statue of Alfred Ascher. So Alfred Ascher was the person who basically funded and started the whole rail industry in Switzerland. He started a financial institution that later was known as Credit Suisse, and unfortunately, as you know, earlier this year, Credit Suisse unfortunately had to go under and sort of merge with UBS. But anyways, this is why this statue is here, because he is really all about connections in Switzerland, connecting various cities using the railroad. Here's our first candy shop. So for those people who like it sweet, basically that's the place. Here are some candles as well. Really nice. So basically, what you see here is it's a main street here. It's like the local Oxford Street, or it's called Bahnhofstrasse. Pretty much all of the shops and all the big brands are here. I must say it's really nice to see Bahnhofstrasse alive again. I remember it back in 2020 or 2021, where all of this virus was around and pretty much the whole street was dead. Nobody was here, and it looked really lonely even around Christmas time. So now it's getting definitely much better. Let's continue to Lindenhof, which is my favorite location in Zurich, and as you can see, I'm not alone. This is probably the best viewing point in the central Zurich. So as you can see, the landscape is quite steep. Some more buildings on that side. So this is the river Limmat that I mentioned. So one of the sightseeings here. So this is the Groisminster, which is used to be the men's, probably still is, the church, famous church. And there should be a city hall somewhere. I think it's this building over there. So it's pretty much where all the decisions are made. And I believe this is late 17th century when it was built. And nearby there should be another church called Wasserkirche, or the church by the water. It's just because in the past it used to stand on a standalone island, and probably then something has changed after. Actually, this is the first time I see Zurich from this spot when it snows. It's really nice. So this is a really nice, really famous tourist spot for, actually not just tourist spot, basically for locals as well. During the summertime, it's packed. There's a lot of people, sitting here playing some, I don't know, chess and so on. And these trees that you can see behind me, they provide really good protection from the heat from the sun. So it's a really nice spot, and of course you can see everything. And I don't know the exact history, but probably in the past, this is where the central city used to be, because this is such a prime spot, right? You can see everything around. So maybe some time ago, maybe somewhere here, there was some sort of a wall, and then people were standing there and watching for some enemies that may decide to attack, right? So, but I would genuinely expect that this place would have some military connection, because it's just such a prime spot. You can see everything. All right, let's carry on. Let's head to the main square, to the opera. And this is where I think we'll find the largest Christmas fair that is all over. That is like the largest in Zurich, right? And also behind me you see St. Peter's, and it's really famous for its large clock tower. And in fact, this is the largest clock tower, the church clock tower in Europe. So pretty cool. Let's see it a bit closer. But first, let's try to get to the ground in one piece, because I bet this is really slippery. Ooh, yeah. So here's the city hall that we saw from Lindenhof. This is pretty much where all politicians, the local politicians, reside. It's probably some members of the community, and they make decisions. And I think, if I pronounce it correctly, it's Groisminster. So this one looks really similar to Notre Dame de Paris, but of course it's not the same one. And here's St. Peter's, and the largest church clock of Europe. Pretty neat. Also, as far as I remember, this is the place where people get married. So in the summertime, when you walk around this area, you see a lot of really happy couples, cheering, So this is the moment they have been waiting for so long, right? So, and but actually let's go there. But I don't see any. Yeah, It's just a door basically. It's nothing really fancy. It's just right there. I'll show you. So this is the door over there. So I see even from here. Look at that one. Someone bought a tree. You know. So even from here you can see some flowers, right? So this is basically where people would stand, right? And the couple would exit from this side, and the friends and family would be standing here to congratulate them. Look what I found. It's a really me tram. Obviously for tourists and maybe only a Christmas thing, but look at this. Yep, really nice. Yeah, it must be some sort of an attraction, because I saw there is a label of one of the largest malls here in Zurich, so it must be sponsored, of course. But of course, it adds to overall Christmas theme, right? I mean, you don't see this kind of trams during the normal times. And of course, in front of me, this is the opera house. This is what you see all the way at the end, and this is the massive square where the main Christmas market is. But what I would suggest is I will probably go sit somewhere, recharge, drink some coffee, and maybe let's wait for the dark time. So when it gets a little bit darker. So when they actually enable all the illumination, I think that would be everything would be even better, because currently it's a little bit dark and gray, and the snow is falling. So let's wait a little bit and let's get some coffee. All right. Recharge is over, so behind me is the largest Christmas market I think you can find here in Zurich. So let's go inside and see what it has to offer. It's really nice. Quite pricey, I must say, if you want to buy something, maybe one or couple items. But yeah, it's be ready to spend the money here. But apart from that, yeah, it's what you normally expect to see in one of these Christmas fairs. So bring your kids. But yeah, it's quite crowded. So the one we saw at the train station probably is the winner so far, because I would say that's the least crowded one. But nevertheless, this is the main one. But I would like to go to one more One more fair, it's we have to go back, and there's a little surprise, so fingers crossed we'll see it. So let's go. And here's another here's another here's another retro tram I wanted to show you. I've seen it a few times, and in the summer. So this one is not like the one we saw just now. This one is more permanent route, but also a retired tram. Oh, they've converted it into a restaurant, that's why. So you see inside it's all the retro controls and everything. I wonder how old this tram is. Clearly it had some renovation, right? And then inside you have this the restaurant on wheels. This is probably the best shot I can make, because here in one single frame you can see pretty much everything, like the churches that I mentioned, the Grossminster and the river and the clock, so all in one. So really nice. And also you can see it's getting darker, which is also great because now we can see illumination. So as mentioned, I'm on the way to the secret location, but I'm going to detour slightly via the Bahnhofstrasse so we could see it. As far as I remember, it's decorated really well for obvious reasons. Like normally you would expect to see something the same. I don't know, in London there's the Oxford Street where they do the really nice decorations during the Christmas time. So let's check it out. This is where two major banks are based. Well, until they used to be, right? Because as mentioned, Alfred Ascher, who founded the bank that now is known as Credit Suisse, unfortunately went down. So now we have one large bank. So we have two competitors on this Paradeplatz. On the left it's UBS, on the right it's Credit Suisse. So now they formed one big large bank. So as many people say, too big to fail, right? So yeah, they have a Christmas tree as well. Totally adds to overall mood of Paradeplatz. And this is the big mall, the one I mentioned, the one you saw. Remember that retro tram that we saw is basically, I think it's funded by them. It's really posh mall, like probably similar to Harrods in the UK. are just in time. See, we are not the only ones here. Sorry. So, what do you think? Pretty good, right? Impressive. Makes your kind of heart to beat, you know, like to really feel the joy of holidays. Nevertheless, I think there's one more Christmas market to see. It's just we need to come back to the train station, and then it should be on the opposite side. So one more. Unfortunately, I can't promise you more singing, but just let's check it out. Let's see what they have to offer as well. So that was the fourth Christmas market for today. As you saw, it's a bit different, like less people, more space to walk. So yes, I would say every single one has its own pluses and minuses. So it's really what you prefer. There's plenty of things to do in Zurich, and it has a lot to offer, right? So if you fancy music, it's one place. If you fancy good company, probably somewhere, you always can find something for yourself. Now I think it's time to go home. So thanks so much for being with me today. It was really short. It was a really short trip, but I just wanted to show you a little bit of the Christmas mood, what's going on. And then yes, hope you see you soon. Thanks so much. Have a nice Christmas. Happy New Year. See you soon.